Social media teaches us a lie. A lie that is not only untrue, but is at the same time one of the greatest threats to our mental health condition. The problem about this lie is that at its core, there is some truth. And the truth at its core is that humans are adaptable. We are indeed the most adaptable organism that evolution has ever created. The first time I realized and understood this was about 10 years ago when I started with parkour. Because suddenly I felt that I could look at the world differently. I could interact with the world in a different way, and I could see things I hadn't seen before. Now, the lie that social media teaches us is this: there is a better version of ourselves somewhere out there. A leaner, fitter, more successful and richer version of ourselves that we need to chase. And here's the problem. If we believe that, that means we accept that there's something wrong with ourselves. The first thing I learned when I started with parkour was you don't ever compare. You never compare yourself against others. Because if you compare, that leads to pressure. And if you pressure yourself, that will lead to injuries. And that's the same reason why this attitude leads to mental health problems. Because if I believe that there is something wrong with myself and I have to compare myself to this better version of myself, then I will be under a lot of pressure to change. Now here's the thing, because you can do something about it. And there's nothing wrong about developing, there's nothing wrong about trying new things, and there's nothing wrong about being eager to reach your goals. But it becomes really dangerous if you think that there's something wrong with the way you are at the moment. So is there a better approach? I think there is. And it has to do with a regular practice. You see, today I can accept easily that my skills in parkour are nowhere near what they were years ago. Because my practice has moved on, and I still show up to my regular practice. I make and produce videos almost on a daily basis, and I'm trying to get better at it every time I do it. But I know in my heart that I am okay. I know that there isn't a better version of myself that I need to chase. You see, the reason why the social media lie is so powerful and so important to many people is that it's easier to sell you something if you believe in the lie. Because if you believe that there is a better version of yourself that you need to chase, that means it's easier to sell you anything. But you don't need to believe me. You, in fact, don't need to believe anybody. But whatever you believe, I think you can believe this. You are okay. And don't let anyone ever teach you anything else.